Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Can you all hear me? Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, you can all hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you to the second day of our Bhagavad Gita course. I would like to revise what we have discussed yesterday, just a brief, so that we can remember it nicely, and how it will flow today. We are going to see that. Yesterday, we discussed mainly our, first of all, fortunate condition that we are able to decide to attend this Bhagavad Gita course, and whereby we made a choice to understand what is its importance. So only after a long time, Krishna says, Jana Sukritino Arjuna Chaturvida Bhajante Mam Jana Sukritino Arjuna Artho Jignasuraarthati Jnani Cha Bharatarshava. Krishna says, four kinds of people come to me. Who are they? They are Artho, Artharthi, Jignasu, Jnani, who are distressed, who are in need of money, who want to know about what is this, what is that, in that inquisitive mode who are there. And then there are people who just try to know about actually who is God. Those four kinds of people, come to me. Krishna says like that. So, uh, so Krishna says, so whatever condition we may be in, whether we wanted to know about Bhagavad Gita or we wanted to know about why these problems are happening, we are maybe some of us may be in distressed condition, whatever our condition may be. But Krishna is going to is considering all of us to be Sukritina. That means we have done some pious activity. So therefore, we have chosen to come and learn about this Gita. And then yesterday we discussed about what is the distinction between an animal and a human being. What is the difference between a human being? How is it different? Why is it given higher facilities? That means mainly the facilities are given to a person who has got higher responsibility. As high court judge is given higher responsibility than a peon in that same high court. Similarly, we have also been given this higher facilities to do some higher responsibility. And what is that higher responsibility? That is about knowing who am I, who is God, and why is that I am suffering so much, which I don't want to. I don't want all this suffering. I don't want birth, death, old age, and disease. But still, I am getting this. So how can I escape? This solution can be made only in this human form of life. So that is a special prerogative which is given to all of us. Until unless we utilize that, atata brahma jignasa. Today we are going to discuss on this. We are like leading like two-legged animal. Nothing more than that. That is what Shastra says. And then we discussed about wow, what is the source. Then if that is the case, what is the source of our knowledge has to be. As a judge has to study law, as an engineer you have to study in some engineering college. So similarly, if we want to know about God, where should we look the information for? So that information, as we discussed yesterday elaborately, that is Shabda Praman, that is Vedas. We discussed three ways of getting the knowledge. That is Pratyaksha Pramana, second is Anumana Pramana, and third is Shabda Pramana. So Pratyaksha Pramana, it is not valid. Why? Because there are defects in our perception of the things that we discussed, the four defects. And then we discussed about Anumana Pramana. You just can't go on assume something and later you change your edition. So that's why even if you see in our textbooks also, every 5 years they are revised. If it was to be the perfect knowledge, why it needs to be revision? Bhagavad Gita, you don't find 5,000 years later, in between Lord came and said, okay, now I am revising Bhagavad Gita, version 2.2. For 2000 there is different version, and for 1000 there is different Bhagavad Gita. Lord did not do that. Only we do every 5 years. That means there is some problem in our education system, in our acquiring knowledge on the system which is based on which we are studying. So that's why now we see the syllabus. What I studied when I was in school, it is not there. So most of the things have changed. So that means that is not perfect. Whether we may agree or not agree, that is up to the individual, but that is the truth. But whereas Bhagavad Gita, it is Shabda Pramana. It is given from time immemorial, the time when we have started. The Lord has created this universe. That is the time when He gave, and after that He did not change it. That is called as perfect knowledge. So therefore, our basis of discussion is on this Bhagavad Gita. So whatever we are going to discuss today and tomorrow and hereafter, it will be based upon this perfect theistic science, that is Bhagavad Gita. And then we discussed about the Vedas are the perfect source of knowledge, and then Gita is the summary. Bhagavad Gita is the summary of all the Vedas, like 10 liters of milk being condensed into small uh, condensed milk or malai, or you can say uh, a peda, and we can how we can easily grab that and relish that. Similarly, all the Vedic knowledge, Krishna has condensed that into the small book called as Bhagavad Gita. And I said this is a manual, as there is manual for each and everything which we utilize. Similarly, the manufacturer of this world, the manufacturer of ourselves, who has manufactured us, has also given a manufacturer a manual, and he knows perfectly where is what is the problem, when the problem is going to come, and what you have to do when that problem occurs. And if still you can't solve, then you dial this number. All these things are there. And the problem why we are in depression, in anxiety, in tensions, the problem is we don't know what is this manual, how to utilize this human form of life for. We don't know nothing, and we're just doing experimentation. Oh, it may be like that, it may be like that, it may be like this. Yeah, that way we cannot enjoy that particular object. So similarly, we cannot enjoy this particular machine called as body. The purpose of this life we cannot know. So therefore, it is very important that we know, and it is the time, it is a high time. Today I got yesterday we got a message. It said 88% of the Muslims know Quran, 75% of people know the Bible, but less than 1% of Hindus know what are Vedas and Upanishads. It's such a uh, pathetic condition, I would say. Why should we not know? At least you following, not following, that is later on. But at least we should know what it is. Therefore, I urge to all of you that even if you want to follow or don't want to follow, that later on we will decide. But at least let us know what is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Let us teach people what is there in this Bhagavad Gita. Why it is so important that we should know about this. From there, we have taken up and we said Bhagavad Gita is the most important theistic knowledge, and therefore we are studying this Bhagavad Gita. And today we are going to discuss if that is the perfect book, can we learn it from anyone and everyone? Or should we choose from whom we should learn? First one is that point, and second is Ritesh Prabhu, keep me on mute. I on the screen, but Dipesh Prabhu, can you give me the host rights? Uh, I'll show you through some slides, and you can go through the slides, and meanwhile, I'm going to explain it also. Okay. So there are four schools of thought. How we have to acquire knowledge is through these four sampradayas. The Lord, who has given this Shastra, he has uh, given it through these four people. They are called as the Lord Brahma, then Sri Lakshmiji, Lord Shiva, and four Kumara. Right now, you don't have to bother, but you can consider that these are the four different universities. As we go to any school or college, only when it is authorized, when it is bona fide, approved by government. Similarly, even this Vedic knowledge has to be obtained by these four principles. They are called as actually principals of these universities, the chancellors of the universities, Brahmaji, Shiva, Lakshmiji, and four Kumara. And in those universities, there are different people who are like the principals who are preaching this methodologies. And they are La Brahma, its university is being taken over by Madhvacharya, who preaches this philosophy. And then Sri Lakshmiji, Sri Ramanujacharya is the principal of that. And then Vishnu Swami is the principal in the University of Lord Shiva. And Nimbarkacharya is the principal of four Kumaras. So through them, if anyone has to receive the knowledge, then we have to receive the knowledge through one of these universities. Only then we will be able to understand the real purport and meaning of Bhagavad Gita. It is like, and if you and what is the disciplic succession we follow is which is coming from Brahma ji. You see over here, Krishna told to Brahma, Brahmaji told to Narada, Narada to Vyasa, Vyasa to Madhva, Madhva to and many people, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like that, this disciplic succession is coming to us through His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So this is very important. It's like, you have to pluck a mango from a tree, and two friends have gone. What does the friend do? One friend gets up and he plucks the mango and he throws to the friend who is down. But if the friend doesn't catch, then it will fall on the ground and it will, get spoiled. Otherwise, or in another way, how we can do, if there is a group of friends, like 10 people are going, and then one gets over the other, and the top friend plucks the mango and he gives it to the next one. Then he gives it to his below friend. Then he gives it to the below friend. In that way, if it comes to the ground, then there are no chances of spoiling. So similarly, this Bhagavad Gita also has to be taken through one of the four disciplic successions. It's like we know Chinese whispers. If 10 people are sitting around a table and one is given, unless until their intentions are same, the word which is being spoken to the first person will vary till the time it comes back to him. So similarly, if this knowledge will not be taken through proper parampara, through proper disciplic succession, the message will vary till the time it reaches all of us. So therefore, this is very important, and we are coming in the parampara of Brahmaji and Narada, Vyasa. This we are going to discuss later. But at least for now, so our basis of knowledge is that we are following a parampara. There is a Vedic system, and which is bona fide, which is given by the Lord Himself, and it is coming through proper disciplic succession. And so today we are going to enter and study is the five subject matters which are there in Bhagavad Gita. What are the five subject matters? It's Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. These are the, like, what does the Bhagavad Gita say? If someone asks you, Are, what did you learn? Then at least you can say what is there in Bhagavad Gita. Then these five things are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. You can remember. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. Now, first of all, we will discuss about the Jiva. Who am I? So, yesterday I said the human form of life, the most important distinction between other living beings and a human being is that the human being has an ability to ask a question. He can have this ability to ask question why. He has the ability to ask the question who am I? Why is that I am being troubled? Why is that I want happiness always, but why I am not getting it? And why I don't want these problems, but why I am getting it? Why I want happiness, but I am not getting it? So this kind of inquiry can be done only by a human being. So therefore, Vedanta Sutra, the first Vedanta Sutra says, Atato Brahma Jignasaha. Jignasa means inquiry. The ability to inquire is there only in this human form of life. So therefore, our life starts when we ask this question, who am I? Where am I coming from? What is the purpose of my life? Why is that I am struggling, which I don't want to struggle, but I am forced to struggle? These questions can be asked only by a human being. So therefore, the question is, who am I? So first of all, we have to understand this important factor. So then when we raise the question, people say, oh, I am this, who am I? You don't say that I am this head, I am this shirt, I am this kurta. No, it's you will say it is my head, it's my hand, it's my legs, it is my dress. If you're saying mine, then who is that me in that? This question we should have. This is the intuitive understanding and the more commonsensical understanding. When someone dies, then we say what? Oh, he has passed away. What has passed away? The body which we have seen, which we have been seeing from so many years, that say the body is there, it is lying there, but we say it passed away. What is that passed away? Who is that passed away? So it is a common sense that there is something in the body which was driving this person, which was making this person move, which was making this person talk, which was making this person see, which was making this person hear, and all the things are there. See, all the ears are there, eyes are there, everything is there, but still he cannot see now. That means there was something inside which has gone away. So the common sense says that there is something inside which we have not yet observed, we have not yet seen, which we have not yet thought of. So that is the commonsensical understanding. So with these two things, and there are many things which we can discuss, but at least not going into so much of depth because of the shortage of time, uh, we can say clearly that there is something which is there inside the body. And what is that? That at least in India, people have that sense that there is Atma. Uska Atma chila gaya. So like that, we say, so who am I? The question, the answer to that question is, I am a soul, not this body. I am not these hands. I am not this head. I am not these legs. I am not the heart. I am a soul. Okay. So this is the first identification. This is the first thing which we have to know. And you know what is the value of our body? If we take out all this calcium, iron, and phosphorus in the body and sell it, then I think this was made some time back. The cost was 210 rupees. But are we just this bag worth of 210 rupees? No, we are much more than that. Then what is it that making us more valuable than this body? So that is called as the soul. And how is it constituted? What is there inside our body? We will try to understand. So first of all, there is a gross body. It is made up of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So as soon as the person dies, all these elements are dissolved into the respective things. Like earth element in the body gets into earth, water element gets into water, like that. Either you bury or you burn the body, whatever may do, it will get in back into this five elements. Okay. This is called as a gross body, and this gross body has something called as senses: ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin. And these are the knowledge acquiring senses. Through ears we get knowledge by through sound. Through eyes we see some form and get the knowledge about the thing. Through nose we smell something and get the knowledge about the thing. So like this, these senses help us to acquire knowledge. And therefore we said, but the senses are not perfect. There were four defects. So therefore whatever we observe through these things, whatever the knowledge we get through these things is, or we come to some conclusion through these things, is not perfect. And also we try to seek happiness through these things. If a person want to happy, what does he do? He wants to see some beautiful form, or he wants to hear some beautiful sound, melodious song. He wants to taste some tasty food. Like that, our happiness is actually, we thinking that if I get whatever I want to see or whatever I want to touch, if I get it, I'll become happy. But I don't think that we are becoming happy with whatever I am getting at this level of senses. And then more subtle than this is there is another body. Like your person wears a coat, and inside he will wear is a yeah, inner shirt will be there, and above that he will wear a coat or blazer outside. So like that, there is an inner soul, inner body, which is called as subtle body. And what is it made up of? We all agree that there is mind, we have intelligence and ego. This is called as false ego, specifically. These things we cannot touch, but we can perceive. Everyone knows that we have mind, so therefore there are thoughts which come up. Everyone knows we have intelligence, so therefore we make some decisions. Everyone has false ego that, oh, I am this body and everything this belongs to me. This is called as false ego. And he does not take the insulting words from others. He says, oh, he's told me like this. What is this? This is the false ego which says, no, you are not less than that person. So this is called as the subtle body, which is there in all of us, but it cannot be perceived by gross senses. Like the hands cannot touch, the eyes cannot see the mind or intelligence or ego. So like that, this is called as subtle body. And then inside this subtle body, how is it even functioning? Inside the subtle body is something called as soul. Okay. And what is the characteristics of the soul? The soul is the Sat Chit Ananda. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. So the characteristic of the soul is that it is Sat. As the body gets died, but the soul doesn't get died. It does not. There is no death for the soul. Mukesh Prabhu. Okay, the control is with me. So he's struggling. Okay. Then there is something called as soul. Uh, the soul, the characteristic of the soul is what? Sat, Chit, Ananda. It is eternal. Even though the body may die, but the soul does not die. The soul is moving from one body to another body. There is no death to the soul. And it is Chit, means it has got full knowledge. All the knowledge is inside, but it is being covered by this external body, this gross and subtle bodies. And actually, you all know the secret of happiness. Who wants happiness? The happiness is the requirement of this soul. But what are we trying? We are trying to get this ananda through this gross body, or this gross body, or this subtle body. This is our problem. Okay, and we are going to discuss that the soul it requires ananda. What kind of ananda? It wants eternal happiness. Because it is eternal, it has got all knowledge, so it wants eternal happiness. Okay, so but the problem is we have been covered, but the soul is being covered with these two bodies, the subtle body and the gross body. And because we are not aware that there is a soul and what is the function of the soul, we are just trying to act on the bodily level or on the subtle level. So the soul is like a unseen driver. If the car is going and the driver, outside persons may not be able to see, but if a child says, oh father, that car is going, but the father says, no my dear son, the car is not going, the car is being driven by a driver who is there inside. only person who is in knowledge. The son says, "Oh, father, the flight is going, it's flying," but father says, "No, the flight is being driven by a pilot." So similarly, this body which is moving, it appears is moving, it is going, but there is some driver who is driving this. And I will ask a question: is it sufficient that we take care of the body and don't feed the driver? To feed the driver only, if you're taking care of the body, then what will happen if we don't taking care of just body? How nice I have to look, how to make my body, how to eat nicely. This means what? We are just taking of care of the body and completely neglecting the driver. That does not mean that we are not saying that you completely neglect the car and just take care of the driver inside. No, we have to take care of both the driver as well as the car. And the problem is that we have, now this generation, at least in Kali Yuga, lot of people are having this problem of only focusing our lives on on the body. They are not taking care or not even thinking about there is a soul inside the body. You go on taking care of the car and don't take care of the driver. What will happen? The driver will die after some time. So similarly, when we don't take care of our body, soul, that soul will also go away after this body gets, finished. So therefore, by just taking care of the car, the driver cannot live. The driver cannot be happy. So as long as the driver, till the time the driver is not happy, till that time he is not going to make us happy. The happy thing is the requirement of the soul, not the body. So this is what we have to understand. So far we have discussed about the soul. We are not the body, and we are the soul, which is okay. Which is the requirement of that soul is that it is Sat, it is Chit, and it is Ananda. Actually, the soul wants to be happy, not the body, not the gross body, not the subtle body. Next, so if the soul is there, as we know, if we identify someone, he says, "Oh, my name is Ram," and what he will say? Oh, the next question is, "Who is your father?" Means there is someone who is the source of this body. Everyone and everything has some source. So similarly, what is the source of the soul? Okay, so the next topic is we are going to discuss is about Ishvara, where the soul is coming from. Uh, So that is the discussion which we're going to do now. If there is a creation, this is so beautiful. Did it come like that? Today it is not there, tomorrow it just came up like that? No, must be some creator. If there is mobile, we just utilize it. But there is so much of programming, there is so much of manufacturing efficiency which goes inside it. It means that there must be a creator, there must be a manufacturer who is doing this. So similarly, if for everything there is a creator, then who is the creator for these things? Our beautiful eye, our the flowers, the birds, which we have plenty of colors in it, and the beautiful scenery, the nature. The importance of eye. The eye can see 70 million colors in 1 second. That is the efficiency of our eye, human eye. Who is making it? And you see the flowers. Now I just shown only few, the one color. There are variation in that, but there are so many thousands of flowers. How are they produced? the same ground, the earth is same, the water is same, the air is same, but still there is so much variety inside in the on the flowers. Who is creating this? People say, oh, it is nature, it comes automatically. If you think like that, then that is ignorance, that is not knowledge. If nothing can come out just like that, can a computer come out just like that? Can a building be manufactured just like that? Can a vehicle come out just like that? If nothing can come out just like that, then how these things which are so beautiful can come out just like that? So by this we can infer that there is a creator and there is a control. If we walk on the road, we drive on the road, it is said you should drive on the left hand side. When there is red signal, you have to stop. That means, is the red signal just popped up like that? No, there is some control. Traffic control, traffic police is controlling all those things. They have put some laws and orders. So similarly, uh, there are laws, there are some controls in this world also, like a sun rising from east every day. Have you ever seen or heard sun today said, I am bored of rising from east always. Let me come from west today. That never happened. Who is controlling it? And the sun, the distance between the sun and the earth is so perfectly pinned. It is so perfectly situated that if 1 mm or 2 mm also it comes closer, it will become the earth planet will become burnt. And if it goes little away, even in millimeters, I am saying, uh, it will become frozen. So who is controlling so perfectly? We have to think, we have to see the nature and understand there should be someone who is controlling, who is uh, enjoying, who is the creating something. So that is how we come to the definition of the supreme lord. Who is the supreme lord? The supreme lord is someone who is the source of everything, this material thing, living things and non-living things. And he is also the supreme control. He is controlling the sun, moon, planets, all everything. We are able to control some satellite. Sitting here, a scientist, how can he control a satellite in the space? So if a scientist who is a human being who has got limited intelligence can do this kind of activity, then we should not, have so much of doubt whether this all these things can be controlled by some person. That doubt should not happen. This should not be there. So he is also the supreme controller, and when he is the source of everything, when he is the supreme controller, naturally he is the proprietor of that thing. And if he is the proprietor, then he has to be the enjoyer. Who will enjoy? If he is the owner of that particular property or that particular residence, then the other person cannot say, I am going to enjoy this place. So the enjoyment has to be, it is meant for the enjoyment of that person who has created these things and who is controlling these things. So the who is that supreme lord? That supreme lord is this person called as Krishna. Okay, this is the first uh, definition. What does the Lord does? Is there Lord? Yes, there is the Lord who is not just the Lord, he is the supreme Lord. And what is he doing? He is the source of everything, he is the supreme controller, he is the supreme proprietor and supreme enjoyer. And who are we all? We all are his parts and parcels. Like in a family, big family is there. Earlier in olden days, they used to have 10 children, 15 children, 20 children. And if you see their family photos, it will be like a big some big marriage function. Oh, is there a marriage function? They say no, no, they are just my family member. That the grandfather would say like that. So as one person can have so much of his generation, so many people in his family. Similarly, the Lord has all of us. He has created all of us for what purpose? For his own enjoyment, so that we all can be stay with him, we all can be happy with him, and we all can serve and play with him and enjoy. But we said no, we don't want to be with you. And what we have said, we don't want to be with you, and we want to enjoy on our own self, and we are trying to take his property, we are trying to control his things and trying to be happy. So therefore, the problem starts there. The problem is what? It belongs to the father. Uh, But if you are obedient to the father, you naturally you can enjoy. But if we go away from the father and still want to enjoy his property, we don't want to serve him. That is the problem. Okay. So as a soul, the soul is a part and parcel of this Lord, the Supreme Lord, and the natural instinct has to be, to serve him. But somehow we said, no, we don't want to serve. And therefore we're trying to enjoy his property. People, for the sake of saying, they say, हाँ ये सब किसका है, ये तो भगवान का ही है. अच्छा भगवान का है तो भगवान का सेवा में लगाइए, तभी फिर पीछे हट जाएंगे. नहीं नहीं नहीं, ओ इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. दे विल थिंक ट्वाइस. अरे यू ओनली टोल्ड दैट एवरीथिंग बिलोंग्स टू द लॉर्ड. दैट मीन्स सब कुछ तेरा है, बट आई विल एंजॉय this. It is like, we are like thieves, taking some other's property and trying to enjoy. And then how can a thief be happy? These are not my words. Krishna tells this in third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so that is the scope of discussion later. And this is one definition. And another thing is that there are six opulences which we all get attracted to. That is the wealth, strength, your fame, and beauty, and knowledge, and renunciation. So these six qualities predominantly, we are getting attracted to someone who is beautiful, or someone who is very powerful, someone who is very wealthy, uh, someone who is very knowledgeable, someone who is renounced. Like these people, we get attracted to. Our attraction can be divided into these six categories. But can we find someone who has got all these qualities in one person? No. All you just think for a minute. Can I find all these qualities in one person? We cannot. If someone has got lot of wealth, he will not have lot of strength, or he may not be beautiful. Someone may be beautiful, but he may not have wealth. He may not have knowledge. Someone may be very knowledgeable, but he may not have the strength to fight, or he may not have renunciation. So something will be lacking. But there is a person who has got all these qualities. And who is that person? Shastra says, Parasara Muni says, Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashashasriya jnana vairagyayoschaiva shanam bhagaitinganam. So this person, Aishwaryasya samagrasya, these six things are there in person called as Bhagavan. Dhanavan, we say. It means this person has got Dhana. Balavan means he has got Bala. Similarly, Bhagavan means who has got all these six things in him fully. It is not, he is the highest, richest man of the world. No. All the money of this world belongs to this person. All the beauty belongs to this person. All the knowledge belongs to this person. All the wealth, all the strength, all the fame, all the renunciation belongs to this person. And who is that? Who has got these six qualities? The six qualities we find in the person called as Krishna. How? I'll just give brief introduction about this. The wealth of the Lord. Why we say all the wealth belongs to him? Because whenever a person in this world he wants wealth, he what does he do? He worships Lakshmi. So that means the wealth belongs to Lakshmi. But all these Lakshmis are the wives of Krishna. There are not just one Lakshmi ji. We say, oh, if one Lakshmi's Kataksha also happens on us, falls on us, then we will become so rich men. But Shastra says, Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Lakshmis, thousands and hundreds of Lakshmis are working as his wives at his home. If they are all his wives, then how how rich they all the wealth belongs to natural to that husband, and that is Krishna. And uh, in Dwarka Leela, when Krishna was there 5,000 years back, what was he? He married 16,108 wives, and all were giving opulent palaces, not just like one small rooms or 3 BHK or 2 BHK. Oh, big palatial bungalows, and all of them were made. The pillars were made with ivory or studded with gems, jewels. All these things were there. Can any rich man do this kind of thing? He may have at most one, two, not more than that. 16,108. Not possible. Only the Lord can have. Someone told, actually, we have to accept Krishna as the Lord, Bhagavan. Why? Because, you know, I am getting troubled with only one wife, not able to manage one wife. How could he manage 16,108 wives? So, therefore, we should not think much and we can accept safely that Krishna should be Bhagavan. He is Bhagavan. So that is the wealth of the Lord. And famous, Krishna is famous. Even if he does chori, still we glorify him, glorify Krishna, saying that oh Makan chor karke. And he is beautiful. He had crores of girlfriends in Vrindavan, and once he married, he got married to 16,108 wives. So that is the beauty. And anyone person, even now, people get attracted to the beauty of the Lord. Actually, Krishna means Karshati iti Krishna. Karshana means attraction. The person who attracts everyone is actually Krishna. And the knowledge, how is the knowledge? The knowledge which is given by Krishna 5,000 years back, still it is valid. There is no, as I said initially, in the beginning of the lecture, there are no revisions to this Bhagavad Gita done by Krishna. Still it is valid. Same Bhagavad Gita. And it is not just 5,000 years back, it is given by the time of creation of this world. And then strength, we all know Krishna has lifted Govardhan hill for 7 days and 7 nights. Who can lift? A weightlifter can lift some weight, and that too he shows so much of puts his face in such a difficult condition, and that too how long he can lift? Just maybe 1 minute, more not more than 2 or 3 minutes. Even that is also too much. But Krishna lifted this Govardhan hill on his left hand and small finger 7 days for 7 nights. That is the strength of the Lord. And he did not put off his face. Oh, I am struggling. No, he was playing. He was making eye to eye contact with the gopis and he was enjoying with them. He was smiling with them. And with the other hand, he was playing on the flute. And 7 days and 7 nights. So that is the strength of the Lord. And then renunciation. In spite of having all these qualities, he has agreed to become the chariot driver of Arjuna. Who will become, let's say, if some wealthy person is there, and the driver says, even the driver has become his good friend, can the driver say, okay, sir, today you drive the vehicle? Uh, Can he do like that? No. But Krishna is so great that in spite of having all these qualities, he is ready to serve Arjuna. And one more thing, there are many things actually, but I'll tell a simple thing. All of us are every day we are maintaining our bodies, and the food which we eat, who digests it? It is digested by Krishna. How? It says in the Bhagavad Gita, Vaham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashita Pranapana Samayukta Pachamyannam Chaturvidam. Ham Vaishwanaro Bhutva. Krishna says, I am situated in the belly of everyone as Vaishwanara. There is a kind of fire, Agni, in our body, in our stomach. That's why we say, Jataragni. अरे भूख लग रहा है, जल रहा है पेट. पेट जलना मतलब क्या है? There is some Agni, there is some fire. So who is that fire? Krishna says, I am that fire, and I am able to digest whatever the foods which Chaturvida, four kinds of foodstuffs which we eat. Krishna digests it. But even if we digest, he is maintaining us so nicely How many of us know that he is maintaining? When we don't know, and how can we say thank you to him? If someone comes to us and takes some help from us and he doesn't say thank you, is not grateful, can we do the next again help to him again? Second time he comes, can we help him again? We'll say no, no, no. Are he did not recognize my help only last time. Saying that, we will not do. But Krishna, in spite we not recognizing, in spite we not saying thank you, in spite we not being grateful, still he is continuing to do, to maintain all of us. That is called as renunciation of the Lord. So all these six things, that's why I said all the six things are there in this person of Krishna. Therefore, we accept him as Bhagavan. Prabhupada, someone asked, how you are saying why Krishna, Krishna? Prabhupada said, you tell me some other person who has got these six opulences, I will accept him as my Lord. So even if you all have any other person who can match all this qualification, please do let us know. And but can we see him? Yes, he was there, but now we cannot see. But as we said yesterday, all of our basis of our discussion is based upon the Vedas. People say, can you show me God? Then the question is, can you see air? Can you see even your eyelid without the support of mirror? Can you see what is there inside our body? Can you see your back? When we don't see all these things which are within us, how can we see someone who is very highly qualified? We may see a prime minister in the television, but can we just directly go and meet him? No, there needs to be qualification. So therefore, we need to have qualification to see the God, because that person is so great. Even if the country's prime minister or chief minister also, if an ordinary person wants to see, he cannot see him, he cannot meet him. Then how we can see that great personality who is maintaining all these universes? And how we can know that there is current in the fan? When the fan is moving, we understand there is current. Similarly, when this entire world is moving so nicely, so perfectly, we should understand there is someone who is doing, there is some current. So unseen is proven by the seen. Krishna says that this pearls of necklace which is there, how they are attached to one another? They are attached to one another because of a thread which is there inside the uh, pearls. That is how they are attached, but we cannot see. But an intelligent person knows, oh, no, 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 there is a thread which is going in between these pearls. Mata parataram nanya kinchidasti dhananjaya. Mai sarvamidam protram sutre manigana iva. Sutra, Mani, Gana, Iva. Like this, we have to understand how all this universe, how the sun is rising perfectly, how the moon is rising, how this planet is rotating about itself, how the other seven planets are doing. All these things, there is a person who is managing, but as the thread cannot be seen, similarly, we cannot see the Lord also. But it does not mean he is not there. He is there. There is a story which I wanted to say, but not much time. But basically, the story talks about we should have faith in all what we are discussing. Only when we have faith. If we have faith in the a barber, we go and sit in front of a barber, assuming what, he is not going to cut my throat. If we can have faith in the barber, if we can have faith in the bus driver, he is going. We have faith that at least he is going to reach us our destination. So if and based on that faith, we get into the bus. Based on that faith, we get into the barber shop. So my request is that have faith and try to let us, start the journey on this path. And yesterday there was a question: what is the difference between God and demigod? So the Supreme Lord is the supreme person. It is the Lord, and the demigods means they are semi-gods actually. Means they have some specific powers who are being given some powers to manage this entire material world. As chairman of the company does not involve in each and everything. He has a finance head. He has a CEO. He has a finance head and HR head. Like that, there are different heads. Similarly, the Lord has got different people appointed for different activities. So the creation is done by Brahmaji, the destruction is done by Lord Shiva, and electricity is given by sun. Agriculture is taken care by moon. Rains are given by Indra. Finance is taken care of by Kuvera. Air is Vayu. Water is Varuna. So like this, there are different responsibilities which Krishna has allotted to all these people. And one may say, why there are so many different scriptures? The scriptures, all the scriptures say, love God. Like different dictionaries are there, but the meaning of that particular word in each dictionary will be same. But the elaboration will be very different. If a small dictionary, pocket dictionary is there, then there will be just directly one meaning. But if it is an encyclopedia or it is a big dictionary, then it will have the meaning of the word, the usage of the words, and so many things. Details are there. So therefore, there are different scriptures, but the purpose of all the scriptures is one, that is to love God. And how do we get this knowledge? The knowledge of God is available in other sampradayas or in other religions also. That is in Islam. They say Allahu Akbar. That means what? Oh, God is great, is powerful. Akbar means is great, is powerful. And Christianity, they say God lives in heaven. Like that, they know this much only. But Sanatana Dharma, which as Hindus, we are all the followers of Sanatana Dharma. We all know that God is great and He does not live in heaven. He lives in spiritual world. This is different world. Krishna name is Yashoda. He has got so many people living with him, and we also are his parts and pieces. We have so much of God, but not other religions have. But the most unfortunate thing of Bharatvarsha, still that the generation of India currently is not knowing about all these things. So therefore, we are very lucky. Now, at least, finally, we have made a choice to learn, to know about these things. And Corona, of course, has created a lot of problems for the world, but it has done some good things also. At least people have watched Ramayana and Mahabharata. At least people have watched Ramayana and Mahabharata. At least they know the characters. I was seeing one interview where they were asking after a few days of watching Mahabharata and Ramayana, they were asking, who is Arjuna? Oh, he comes in Ramayana. Someone was saying like that. Means at least they have got to know some names. This is the pathetic condition of our country now. If we all don't wake up to the situation and do something about this, we don't take up this, forget that after 50 years or 100 years, when we are children, your children will grow or their grandchildren will come. By that time, no one even will sit and listen like this they about the scriptures. No child will go to the temple and he will worship the Lord. So therefore, it is a great necessity. There is a great emergency that all of us should know about this, to learn all these things, and should spread these things among our friends, our relatives. Otherwise, it will go haywire. So, how old are the religions? See, Islam is just 1300 years old. Christianity is 2000 years old. Buddhism is 2500 years old. Bhagavad Gita is spoken. It is spoken 5000 years old, but this knowledge is coming, as I said, from the time immemorial. The time when it was created, this material world is created. From that time, it is there. So that old is our religion. So we have to understand this thing. Okay, then there is something called as Prakriti and all that. Okay, so it's already 8:30. I would like to go for question answer session. The remaining portion we will discuss tomorrow, and today we will, discuss some questions. What you have? Any questions? You can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. No questions?
Uh, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I am Ramesh here from
Yes.
Delhi.
Yeah.
Uh, since long time, I have been having this question in mind. When I was going through the Ramayana, I found that okay, Rama and Ravan both are having the same knowledge. In fact, I feel that Ravan has got more knowledge than the Rama, and in fact, Ravan has done more tapasya also. So, despite
Yes.
having knowledge and so much of knowledge on the Shastras, Vedas, everything, so why Ravana could not reach or at least match Rama's ability or whatever you feel? I mean, my question is actually having the knowledge will lead to the make me to reach the Supreme Lord, or something else actually prerequisite is there.
Good question.
Yeah, that's my basic question.
Yeah. So, first of all, we have to understand that Ram and Ravana, when we are comparing, you are comparing an apple to orange. That is not
Prabhu, we lost your voice. Sorry.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear
Uh,
now?
yeah, now I'm able to hear you, please.
Ah, Hare Krishna. So, I'm saying, when we are comparing the Lord to Ravana, it is actually comparing gold to iron.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the comparison is first of all not there. Why? Because Ram is the Lord. As I said, so far whatever the discussion we had about Ishvara is the expansion, is the avatar of that Krishna. Today I did not discuss in much. There are different incarnations. Krishna
Mm-hmm.
says in Gita, यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. So this Lord, he appears in different times for three purposes: paritranaya sadhuna, to protect the devotees; vinashaya cha dushkrita, to kill the demons; and dharma samsthapanarthaya, to establish dharma which is degraded. Okay, so therefore the Lord has come in the form of Lord Rama, and Ravana is a demon, he is a Rakshasa. And what is the difference between a demon and a demigod or a Bhagavad Bhakta? The demon is one who uses his knowledge for his own enjoyment. Okay, and the devotee of the Lord is someone who utilizes his knowledge for pleasing the Lord. So there are two things. If I am utilizing some service, some knowledge for my own self, that is actually demoniac. And when it is utilized for the purpose of the Lord, then that is called as demigod. That is godly. Therefore, I said, we are all the parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. We are all the amshas. We are all the jivas of the Supreme Lord. Being the supreme parcels, what is our responsibility? Is that we have to serve. If you are the children of our father and mother, then is it not natural that we should serve them? It is natural. But when a person doesn't serve, he says after marriage, no, my father, mother, now you are too old. I got my wife, I got my children, I will go. What is this mentality? This is demoniac mentality. Okay? And Ravana is a great Brahmana. He knows all the Vedas. But what did he utilize it for? He wanted to enjoy the property of the Lord, Sita. That was the problem. So whoever enjoys the property of the Lord, Lakshmi or Sita or the world which is being given by him, all the facilities which are given by the Lord and utilized for our own self, that is demoniac. Those days only one Ravana was there, only one Hiranyakashipu was there. But now, my dear friends, don't mind bad, but it is true that most of us in the Kali Yuga are like that. Okay, so therefore it is not that Ram is the Lord. Ravana is one of the human beings. He has come, he has got knowledge, he did so much of tapasya to obtain the powers. Why? He wanted to be, get everything in this world. He wanted to defeat the demigods. He wanted to become so powerful. He did so much of tapasya, and for the tapasya he did not eat, he did not sleep for so many thousands of years. But when he got the loba of enjoying Sita, the property of the Lord, she is the consort of the Lord, what has happened? All his knowledge, all his tapasya got failed.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for explaining. My next question would be, let us say, being a Brahmana Putra, still, and after having knowledge also, he still could not become a good person. So, for example, in this today's construct, I myself also feels like sometimes I am also Ravan, doing so many mistakes, so many bad karmas. So now going ahead, even if I learn Bhagavad Gita or even if I understand Bhagavad Gita, there is something which is lacking inherently. If I don't change that, how this knowledge is going to help me, or what is actually prerequisite before going ahead for learning something, or before going to learn Bhagavad Gita, what is that actually I need to change? Having knowledge is one different thing, or something which is prerequisite. That what is that prerequisite?
The prerequisite is to hear properly, first of all, and have faith in these things. And this knowledge, when we are getting, and along with this knowledge, we are going to do something else also. Okay, as a person who is diseased, he has to be cured. You can't say go to a doctor, hospital, and I'm going to take a medicine. What is the prerequisite? The prerequisite is the disease itself is a prerequisite for you to take the medicine, right? Now your own identification, that your knowledge that I am still behaving like Ravana, that itself is a prerequisite. Okay, and understanding, having this knowledge, when we are going to discuss now more subject matters on this, how we can change this Ravana's kind of attitude. And when we accept that, then there will be change. And this change has happened, you know whoever has taken this path seriously, sincerely, and faithfully. Okay, the prerequisite is that you have to know that I am like Ravana. That is our prerequisite. At least before going to doctor, we should know I am deceased. If I know that I am deceased, then I will believe in the doctor. I'll take the medicine faithfully. Then I'll be cured. So like that, we are going to get cured. Okay, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, someone else had a question. He said, why the life has become so complicated? When I was doing my MBA, one of my professors used to come in Sydney Institute of Management's school. He would say that the life is not complicated. We made it complicated. We have made all the things, assumed, I want this, I want that kind of lifestyle, I want that. Everything we have assumed so much that it has become complicated. Now, for example, I give my own example. Where I'm staying in a Boiser farm, where currently what you are seeing here, this is a small farm. We have got 5-6 acres of land over here, and you know, I also worked for some time. 5-6 years I worked, then I left. Now the life is so simple. What do? We don't have much requirement. Actually, a human being does not require much. You may say, oh, you are alone, so even alone or with family, if our requirements are less, what do we require now? Here, when I'm staying here, then what will happen? What I need? I need 2 times of food. We take morning and in the evening. We have 2 or 3 sets of clothes per year, which is required. And because we don't have any other work, what is our work? We just study. We try to preach whatever we are studying. We worship the Lord. Or even forget about me. I see the people living over here. Then none of them have this touchscreen mobiles, Android mobiles. They don't spend more than 5,000. I believe that they live happily, much happily. There is one couple who come here. They serve this farm. They get 10,000 rupees salary, husband and wife. They both come in the morning. The husband does the take care of the cows. She does some farming and all that activities. But no traveling. Uh, In Bombay, if you have to travel, holding into the trains. When I see the Virar fast in the morning at the Mira Road station, people are hanging on one leg on the footboard. Why is that necessary? We have assumed, oh, without having a nice apartment or nice bedroom with lighting, with nice bed, I will not sleep. Which bedroom they have? Are they not sleeping? How much big modular kitchen they have? Are they not cooking and eating? How big their house they have? They have much bigger houses than what we have in Bombay. 300, 400 maximum. You may be rich person, then 1,000 square feet, maybe 2,000 square feet, but they have 2 acres of land. Where will we match? So all these complications our mind has given. Oh, if you don't have this, you see the person, he has a bike, simple, but he sees, my friend has purchased a car. If I don't have a car, people will ask me. So what he will do? He will struggle more now to get that car. And after he gets that car, he gets a Wagoner, small car, assume. And then he says, oh, some big car is going, Mercedes Benz. He thinks, oh, I should have that car. So all these mind, the thoughts, the desires of all of ours has make our life complicated. So how should we live our lives? That is being told. What is the purpose of our life? In spite of living all this high-fi life, I'll ask you a question. What is the purpose of living? Actually, we are running, all of us running. Where are we running? So who has asked the question? Where are we running, sir? Ah, Gangula Prabhu, I don't know, Gangula. So, where are we running? Who can tell me? Where is the life going? You are all running, right? We are all running, right? Day and night. That is it. Busy with work. Okay, we are busy. But if you are busy, but where it is leading to? What is our destination? Where we want to go? Every day is passing. We are running for doing karma, running for lucky life. Lucky life. I told already. Kaliga means no luckiness, no lucky. Uh, there is no luck. I told Prayanalpa Aisha Sabya Kalo Asmin Yugajana Manda Sumanda Matya Manda Bhagyat. However hard you may try, and we are going to discuss actually the karma. What is that karma? That even if you have work hard, whatever is destined for you in this life, that much only we are going to get. We are not going to get even an extra 1 penny extra also. Even if you don't work, still you will get it. Even if you work hard, if you have to get that much only, then that only you will work. Understand? Let us say a labor. He does so much of hard work. But how much he earn? He earns only little bit. But a person who is sitting, in the laptop, he will do stock exchange or whatever it is. One nice stock he purchases, and he earned that lakhs of rupees. So does that mean that a hard-working person is going to be successful? Is he going to earn money? No. So this is the wrong conception we have. The more the hard work we do, the more I am going to earn. No, sir, it is not truth. The truth is the whatever is there in our karma, that much we are going to get. Not 1 rupee less, not 1 rupee more, not as so much happiness, not so less. Okay, so you can't get more than what is you are destined for. Even lucky life, no, the lucky life is not here. The lucky life is somewhere else. Okay, I have one question. Please ask the question.
Yeah, my name is Shrikant.
Yes,
Let me ask one question. I don't know this. I'm asking this is correct or wrong, but still I'm asking.
please.
See the why the different people praying to different God and why different people they're reading the different books like a Muslim reading the Quran, a Christians reading the Bible, Hindus reading the Bhagavad Gita. Why this all this confusion and who will created this? So,
Oh,
and when will end this? So, I want to ask this question to you.
oh, good question. Oh, actually, I had this in my PPT, but because we are doing a very, we all are after crash courses. So I actually this we take this course for 7 days. We used to take, but now because Kali Yuga people are, the time is reducing. So I have not discussed about that. But in fact, I discussed in brief. I showed you the dictionary photo where the word diction in that dictionary there are many dictionaries. Like your son is there is small. What do you give? You give him a pocket dictionary, small dictionary. And if he's a PhD student, then he would not refer that dictionary. He would refer a bigger dictionary where there are different usages of words. So many details are given in about that word. So like that, the purpose I said, the purpose is the meaning of the word. But how much elaboration depends upon how much knowledge you have or how much you can grasp. Okay, depending upon that, that dictionary is meant for that kind of person. So similarly, depending upon the circumstance, depending upon their intelligence, this the knowledge of religion is been given to different people for their level of understanding. Okay, so for Muslims, when they read Quran, they are given the knowledge that we should not do sex with mother and sister. That is the knowledge they are given because they are so low. They are like Adivasis. They are, they don't have much knowledge. So that kind of knowledge is given, but we don't find that kind of knowledge in our scriptures. The Christians, they are given the knowledge that you go and confess in front of the Lord. But what they do, they go and confess, oh Jesus, we did some mistake in this week, please forgive. And then what you do? Again Monday say, Naya, new Papa's sinful activity starts. They are not given the knowledge of the soul. They are not, even if they are given the knowledge, they say that we have to reach to the heavens. But there is much more knowledge beyond the heaven. Even if you go to heaven also, heaven is what? Heaven is like a first class, you know, uh, I would sorry to say, but it is a first class, bar, ladies bar. There you find a nice woman, beautiful angelic woman, and beautiful, tasty wine. That is what we find there. But what will happen if you go there? Our Shastra says, Bhagavad Gita says, Prapya punna kritam lokan ushitva shashwati sama. He says that once this punya, Once you get this pious credits, someone does some charity, someone does some punya, someone constructs a temple, and he has acquired punya. And our scripture says that you will reach the heavenly planet. But after that punya gets over, you will again fall down. You will again come back to this earthly planet. Like you decide to go to America with some money to visit. How long you will visit, how long you will stay, as long as you have money, you will stay there. After the money is over, you come back to India. Similarly, the punya also, as long as you have punya, you will stay in Sarga, but as long then after it gets over, you'll come back to this material, this earthly planet again. So this knowledge is given to different people at that particular time. That much was necessary, so that was being given to them. Okay, so but the knowledge which we have got, it is much higher, where we are given the information, where we go to some place. From there, once you go, you will not return back. There is no more coming back, and no more suffering, no more birth, no more death, no old age, no disease. This knowledge is given to this Sanatana Dharma, the followers of Sanatana Dharma. So, but there also it is taught that you should love God, pray to Allah, do chanting. All that things are told there also. But now, because of Kali Yuga and Prabhava and all that, the purpose has been diluted. Jesus told in the 10 Commandments, it is there, thou shalt not kill. But what they say, oh, we should not kill only human beings, but we can kill all other animals. So that is how it is all been misinterpreted and taken. So that is the problem. The main the Lord, the same Lord, he comes in different ways as acharyas also. So Jesus, he said, I am the son of the Lord. Who is that Lord he is referring to? He knows that he is been sent by Krishna himself. Okay, so that's how this problem is there. So there are different society, different social, the religions are there, but meant for different people. But the highest knowledge is being given to the people of India. And someone is asking the question, who is the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu? Good question. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. From Krishna comes Vishnu. It is like a owner of the company is there, and then he appoints a CEO, and he goes out on a picnic, on a vacation for a long time. But the CEO takes care of the management of the company. And lot of people, workers and all of them know, oh, CEO is the big person in our company. Like that is the position of Vishnu. Not much difference. They have the same powers, but Krishna is even the owner of that Vishnu also. Like someone came from foreign, a foreigner came, and he visited all the temples, and they said, oh, who is the God, who is supreme? He said Krishna. Why? Because only this person is not doing any activity. He's just playing on his flute, and with his girlfriend next to him, he's enjoying. God means he should enjoy, no work. That is the position of the Lord. That is the position of Lord Krishna. So you don't find Krishna working. Okay, but Vishnu also does some work. All the killing of the demons is done by Vishnu, not Krishna. Okay, then next is, but human beings of Hindu, Muslims, and Christians are all having the souls which are part and parcel Paramatma. Yes. Then why there are different religion? Oh, again you are asking the same question. But for a 10th, for a say 5th class student, we have to teach a how much that 5th standard student can understand, how much he can assimilate. For a 10th class student, we have to give him that syllabus which he can understand. You cannot give him the PhD kind of education. Similarly, the people who we are talking of at different places, they have different intellectual levels. So why to speak of different places? Even at our home only, if there are two or three, even two children are there, one child is bright and another child is not that bright. Can you say, no, 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 son, you have to learn this? But he will, get bogged down with that education which we are forcing him to enforce. He cannot take it up. So therefore, for that kind of person, your pocket dictionary is given. Oh, beta, you study this. But a person, if he is intelligent, then he will be given uh, a big book, or he can understand what he can understand. Okay, so that is the purpose. Even though yes, we are all different part and parcels of the Lord. Therefore, Krishna has come to make them understand how much a person can understand. That much only can be given to him. Okay. And then, sir, what if I believe my gods are my parents instead of Krishna? Is it a sin? Oh, is it a sin? It is not a sin, but you have to understand that even the parents of our parents is also there, and the parents of that parent is also there, and that parent of parent are also there, and that final parent, if you understand, that is Krishna. First of all, we have to understand that. And is it a sin? It is not sin, but it is not completely understanding the nature of the parent. This parent has given us birth, no doubt. We have respect for them. We should take care of them. We have to worship them. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. That is the country which we are in, which we have been educated on. So, Matru Devo Bhava, it is, you should consider that Lord has come in the form of Matru, Matha, to give our education. Mata is not the Lord. The Lord has come in the form of mother to take care of us. The Father has come in the form of the Lord has come in the form of Father to take care of us. The Lord has come in the form of a teacher to give us the right education, to guide us rightly. And even the parents also, the same duty. But Krishna has given this, has come in the form of these parents. That is how we have to actually see. Not that they are Krishna, no. Then what do you mean by that? If you don't accept, then after you become a parent, you expect that your children also should accept you as all in all. There is no Lord, beta. I am only Lord for you. Okay, that's good. And another question: what happens when we worship and have faith in only one of the demigods? Oh, so one of the demigods. Demigods, I have not discussed actually in detail, as I told, but I'll tell in brief. We have to understand. Krishna says a person goes to a demigod for what purpose? कामैस्तैस्ते ऋतज्ञान प्रपद्यन्ते अन्य देवता tam tam niyamamastaya prakritya niyata swayah. The main reason why we go to a demigod, even I also used to go to Ganpati, Siddhivinayak Mandir, every Tuesday, at least once in a month, not every Tuesday. Uh, I used to go. But what was the purpose? I should get good rank in my college. I should get good rank, good percentage in my class. That was my aim. So anyone who is going to a demigod, even one maybe, the reason will be he wants to get something for his own self. Kama is tair. Because there is some desire for our own self, therefore we go to them. But we have to understand, Krishna says, this is all discussed in the 7th chapter. Krishna says, even though they are the givers of our benediction, it is still being given by me only to them, and they pass it on to us. So it is like if we know the prime minister, we know all the people in the cabinet. We don't have to go individually to different departmental heads. So like that, if we know Krishna, then all other all other MLAs or MPs, we automatically know, and we automatically can get the work done also. And if we serve Krishna, it is told yata taror moola nishechanena trupyanti yat skanda bhujopashaka. What is it? It says that if Krishna is if we serve Krishna, then we are serving everyone automatically. Why? If you like, an example is given there. If you water the roots of a tree, then the entire tree, the last leaf on the tree also gets the water. And if we eat food which goes into our stomach, the end part of our body, this finger and this head, the toe, also gets the energy. You don't have to feed them separately. You don't feed ears, you don't feed nose. No, that is not required. So the logic is, when we serve Krishna, all others are served. No independent service is required. And in fact, the demigods become very happy if we serve Krishna. Oh, there are many questions coming up. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, which religion we are related to? Sanatana religion or Hindu religion? It is Sanatana religion. There is no Hindu religion as such. Only the people on the other side of here, this Sindhu river, called these people as Sindh, but later it became Hindu. Hari Om Prabhuji, how can we attain God in this present lifestyle itself? Is it possible? Want to come out of birth and death? Then you are at the right place and you are right, you are getting the right knowledge. Please keep coming to these classes, and here we are going to teach how in this lifetime itself we can get out of this birth, death and old age. You ask our students, who are learning this Bhagavad Gita, I always stress, don't wait more. It's already, we have got enough lifetimes. We have wasted so many lives. Now is the time to come out of this birth death cycle. Okay, so we will. I'll take. There is one more last question, sir. Can you extend the duration of crash course? We are eagerly waiting for extended lectures. Oh, sure. So if others are also requesting, can we have more lectures? Yes, definitely. But I would like to continue this till Monday or Tuesday, like that. Because the topics we have not discussed sufficiently about the demigods and about how we can get out of this cycle of birth and death, and how, how this karma is factor which is acting. We are going to discuss in the next two days. So give me, if you are all agreeing, then we will all do this course, extend this course 2 more days, and then we will be able to finish it quite nicely with satisfactory question and answer session. Okay, thank you all very much for being with us for so much time, and be attentive and being so enthusiastic participants, asking so many questions. We are asking questions means you are hearing nicely, you are analyzing it, and you are contemplating. So I am very happy with this. So tomorrow we will meet you again at 7:30. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.